There are two kinds of people in this world. The people who fail to do what they know they should, and those who keep doing things they know they shouldn't. Guess what? You're both. Hi, I'm your host, life and business coach, Marcy Barker, aka your loving kick in the pants. In this podcast, I'll teach you the 6 steps of my accountability code that will help you wake up with clarity and show up with aligned action steps that make follow through easy and peaceful. All right, let's jump in.
Hello, my beautiful people. It's been a while since I made some videos from the car, and I used to make them when I was headed to my weekly business meeting, but I haven't done that in a very long time. So I wanted to share this message today. I was talking with a client yesterday. I'm at the tail end of a 6-month mastermind. We have 6 weeks left. So the whole 6 months has been a sprint, but the last 6 weeks is even more so of like, we have a limited amount of time left. So let's see what we can do. And I have a client who for a while has been like, our sales are down. Our sales are down from the last couple of years. During COVID, when a lot of people went online, we got a lot more competition for what we do. And so for the past few months, we've worked out a lot of kinks, a lot of different pieces of creation we've also done, but she's just kind of been like, sales are down still. So we were talking about over the past few months, like, what would it mean for you to do something drastically different? Because obviously what you're doing right now is not working. In the last coaching call, we were using the word extreme a lot. Not me. I was using it a lot because I think if you are ready to experience something different in your life, sometimes it has to be extreme. Now, the word extreme can mean a lot of different things. So this particular client, she's done a great job of improving her self-care and her health. And you guys, I do not do health coaching anymore. But in terms of growing and scaling business, if you know that you're holding yourself back because you have crappy sleep or you don't move your body, it's like, then we're going to address it and it's going to be a commitment item. So this client has been doing much better about improving your sleep patterns and moving a lot. So when we're talking about extreme, I was like, what's something that you can do extreme either in your personal life or in your business that helps you recognize, like, sometimes you need to do big changes if you want big results. And so I said, doing a 5K. I was like, is that extreme for you? And she's like, yeah. I said, but is doing a 5K extreme? She's like, no, it's not. And so that's what I want you guys to think about. Like, sometimes things seem so simple. It's like running a 5K in general. It's like, that's not a very hard thing to do. A lot of people do it. A lot of people pay money to do it. And a lot of people do it for fun. Kids do it even. But if it's not the norm for you, then it can seem pretty extreme. If you're like, I'm just trying to work out once a week, then a 5K can seem very extreme.
Hey listeners, the message of waking up and showing up is yours for the taking. In fact, it's free. I've recorded my entire audiobook and I'd love for you to consume it between episodes. Head to marcybarker.com to get instant access to the accountability code Wake Up and Show Up. All right, let's jump back in.
Now, another thing too is like, if you're going to hire a coach, it's like maybe $10,000 for a coach is extreme, but in general, $10,000 for coaching is not extreme. Like, people do it all day long. People who run successful businesses understand the importance of investing in growth and mentorship. So I want you to just think about your own life. Like, what's something that you're like, I'm kind of tired of this. I'm kind of tired of the way things are going. I'm kind of tired of this being my story. You got to ask yourself, like, what do you have to do that's extreme? And you get to define your own level of extreme, and just know that the level of extreme that you choose is going to be directly impacted. The level of extreme you choose is going to determine the results that you get. If you're going to move up just a little bit, then your progress and results are going to be very incremental. But if you're like, I'm ready to run, I'm ready to do something bigger, it's going to require you to step out of your comfort zone a lot more. But that's the beauty of being accountable. Like, you get to decide what's extreme for you or not. And in my life, the times where I've taken extreme action have gotten me extreme results. And sometimes those extreme results are good. And sometimes the extreme results have been not what I anticipated. I was telling my client that in the last couple of years, like in 2021, my business made $30,000 and 25 of that was business expenses. So if you look at it, I profited $5,000-$6,000. The next year, I made over 6 figures and almost quadrupled my income. Now, in 2021, when it was so low, guess what I was doing? Extreme things. I was going overboard with what I was learning. I updated my website. I recorded 70 videos in a couple of days. I created quizzes. I created free courses. I completely broke down what I was selling, and I discontinued my memberships. And I was doing things that were so extreme because I was tired. I was tired of having the same results. So when the next year came, 2022, and I started to implement and continue to execute on those extreme things from the previous year, I saw massive results. Just like I said, I quadrupled my income. I hit 6 figures for the very first time in my business. And in 2022, that was year 7 of my business. And it was kind of crazy. Like, if somebody would have told me, hey, do all these extreme things and you're going to see these extreme results, like, you can hear it all day long, but until you actually choose to be extreme in something, you're going to get the same results that you're doing. So if there's something in your life that you're like, I'm kind of sick and tired of doing this, or I'm sick and tired of this being my story, then it's time for you to do something extreme. And it doesn't mean that it has to be extreme to everybody. It just needs to be something that you're willing to do that you haven't done before. So I also say, when sometimes you get extreme results that are not what you want. Guess what, guys? The extreme results that I got that were not great, that was before I discovered the accountability code and before I created the process of making sure you're aligned before you do something big. So the last couple of years of me learning that has been amazing. And I'm really glad that I have awesome clients who are striving and craving for more accountability in their own life. And you guys, when it comes to accountability, you get to decide. You get to decide what expectations you're going to come up against. So anyway, think about what you can do today. Like, you can do something extreme today and try it out and see what happens. See if you like the results, or see if you need to become a little bit more aligned before you become super extreme. So anyway, let me know if you guys have questions about this though. And I'd like to know, like, what have you done in your life that seemed extreme for you and what happened because of it?
Hey friends, I want to thank you for listening to this episode of Your Loving Kick in the Pants. If you got any value out of this episode, I would love for you to drop me a review or share with a friend what you learned. All right, I'll see you next Wednesday for Your Loving Kick in the Pants.